This show is wholesome. Now back to the duck. Does she do bondage?
The Ponder Freak Podcast starts now.
Hey, Ponder Freak Nation, how are you today? I am so glad you're here with us yet again for another episode of Ponder Freak Podcast, the podcast that thinks too deeply into hypotheticals, real scenarios, and random questions. I am Steven, and with me today is...
Oh, it's Hemi. I'm in the building. I am right here, ready to go.
You're revved up?
Do it. I'm ready to go, man. Let's get it moving, bruh.
Everyone's like, we get it, the Hemi joke, we get it.
I get it.
They get it.
I know.
All right, so for this episode, we're going to try a little bit more of a rapid-fire hypothetical thing. So a little bit more quick questions.
All right.
And if we happen to delve into them so deeply that they become something bigger, we'll let it happen because that's what this show is about. It's about overthinking and overdoing it.
That's what we do best.
That's true. And it's usually annoying. But
we overthink, we overdo it, we mess things up. But the beauty is you guys get to watch it unfold. And that's why this is great.
There you go. Perfect. All right.
Let's do it.
So you're in the Matrix.
Okay.
And you are sitting in front of Morpheus.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost did like the Agent Smith's voice. So I was like, that's not appropriate for this. I can't do a Morpheus. Like Lawrence Fishburne, his voice is just too perfect.
Right.
So he has his hands out. He's already asked the question. He's like,
do you want the red pill? Or do you want the blue pill? And the red pill's the one of truth, and the blue one puts you back in the Matrix.
but then he's like,
Wait, hold on. Here's the green pill also.
And he's like,
oh, wait, here's a yellow pill. Oh, wait, here's a violet pill.
what?
There's way more drugs nowadays, I think, than there may have ever been.
There's a lot more pills going on in this situation.
So, well, it makes sense with the days we live in now, I think.
So,
all right, what are these pills doing for me, Morpheus?
Exactly. Let's think on that. What would some of these pills do? Because we know one pulls you out of this system, and we know one just puts you back in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the green one, you could say, oh, this puts you back in, but it also gives you $1 million.
Yeah, I would definitely say they would have to, like, maybe some would put you back in, but change the story up completely. Like, completely. You know what I mean? Like, you're right, $1 million, right? But yeah, but you could just go directly back in and just, it could be a mystery one. And maybe you're like, fuck it, and you take it. And you go back in, and you're like just like a child in the middle of nowhere, and you have no clue where to go.
But you still have your adult mind, because that's funny.
Well, yeah, sure. I guess you could have your adult mind. That's crazy.
Because it would just connect you to a child in the Matrix.
That's actually super duper dope. I mean, some people might be really pissed if they were in the situation, but what I want to express to you is now you have a younger, like you're in a younger vessel that you get, you know what I mean?
Right.
So you now know, okay, cool. I know what's healthy. I know what's not. Like I could start from a young age and live mad long.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You know what's crazy?
Like,
this might blow your mind
what's
a little
that?
bit. With that being said, your body is still your age, right? As the battery.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to die sooner than your Matrix version, probably. So you're going to die at a younger age, it seems like, at like 40 or something. So like, what if people that die young in this reality are just older versions connected to younger bodies? Boom. That messed with me a little bit. Like, what if they're old souls connected with young bodies or something?
Yeah. Well, but like, so wait, hold on, wait. You're saying in this particular world we were just talking about?
Yeah, sure. Like when
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, when someone dies before their time, and it's just like, oh, it was just because of the Matrix, it just gave them a younger version. Like there was a glitch and it just reset, and and that's why they died at a younger age. But dung is funny.
Dung. So you're saying that the ones who die at younger ages may have actually been older souls in younger bodies?
Yeah, just like an older, you know how you could, because you still age outside of the Matrix while you're connected to it. So you'd still, you know, like if Keanu Reeves was still just, if he connected to a baby, he'd still be Keanu Reeves at whatever, like late 30s.
Right.
So he can expect to live to like 40.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that is pretty interesting.
It's terrifying. I think I'd go the $1 million one, but I guess that would be too easy. That was just an example.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I like the concept of, like, even though it's the Matrix situation, like, you know, who's to say that, I mean, so you're saying the Matrix does work like that? Like there is going to be an end to your existence?
Yeah. It's yes. Okay. You still age and die.
All right.
Your body would.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. All right, so let's see. What would be some cool ones then? Because that...
I like the...
I mean, the random one's still good. I mean, it could be anything.
I think that would make sense, too. He's like, oh, like, here's two obvious ones, but here's your mystery pill. Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Yeah, that should for sure be a mystery pill because, like, you know, and it depends on the other ones, on whether or not the mystery pill would even be considered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, if you're like, hey, in this reality, you get everything you've ever wanted ever, or the mystery pill. Like, no one cares about the mystery pill at that point.
Peter Griffin would.
Yeah, Peter Griffin definitely would. So it definitely depends on what these other two are going to be.
Yeah,
so let's see. So what could it be? So we're dealing with know the truth or go back to your regular life and the lie that you're living.
Right, which I mean, if we look at it like Keanu Reeves, it was pretty cush. He had an apartment, looked like everything was covered. He was doing his hacking at night and making side money, and then he had a cubicle job.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's starting to sound terrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That mystery pill is starting to sound really good right now.
What about this? I know, right? What about this? What about a third option could be that you learn the truth.
Ooh.
And then you go back to your regular life.
Oh. I don't, man. I just...
Well, because like... First of all, you don't know what the truth is, right?
Right.
So who's to say that once you find out what the truth is, you want to live in that truth?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's the whole premise of that first movie, right? Was the dude was like, oh, wish I had taken the blue pill, but here we are.
Right.
Can you put me back in, bad guys? I will help you kill all the humans.
Yeah, no, exactly. So... Yeah, so I think that would be interesting if you can know the truth, and then go back to that other world, because then you can at least be there and be like, yo, I know the truth, and I know this shit is stupid as fuck.
Yeah, well,
so I know none of this shit matters, so now I can manipulate this world, you know what I mean, based on what I know, and then who knows, maybe from there, I can...
Oh, you're saying... You could bring some of the gifts that, like, the fighting and stuff he kind of gained?
Well, not only just that, but just, like, the knowledge of, like, that being basically a computer program.
Well, isn't that, like, what nihilists are, basically? None of this matters.
Huh? No. Well, I'm saying, but you could look at it as though none of it mattered. Or you could be like, yo, like, I can actually have a great existence. I can cheat the system now that I know how it works.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it would still be a fulfilling life of sorts, but not only could you do that, but now that you know the actual truth, like what the truth is, maybe you could find a way back into the truth or the realm of it if you ever wanted to be there.
So you're a motivational speaker, basically. You wrote the book, The Secret.
What do you mean?
That's what a motivational, they always like, oh, this is like what truth is about, like what you can manifest and stuff like that. So I feel like the situation actually turned the person. If you come back knowing the truth, you would end up a motivational speaker.
Oh, well, I mean, well, depending on what the truth is, whatever it is, I guess it might be bad. What if the truth is like, hey, after all this is done, our souls just burn forever for whatever reason. They're just not. What? But like you find that out.
Well, let's keep
What
it
if
to the
that's
Matrix. At least let's adhere to the Matrix. At least it's like, hey, you're a battery. You might as well enjoy life.
Fair enough.
Which you could even say right now, hey, you're a blip on a radar. You might as well enjoy life.
Yeah, totes.
So I'm sold. Are you making a book about this, Hemi?
We should. Let's do it. We can make some good money.
I don't think you need more pills. I think a mystery pill is a good, solid with the other two.
Yeah.
Because that's...
Well, it's just because when you try to create other pills in the situation, given the premise of the movie, it's difficult to not go outside of the bounds of the movie, I guess.
Right. And it would just crack me up to have Morpheus be like, oh, here's this, very serious. And he's like, or, boom, this pill with a question mark on it.
Yeah, mystery pill is crazy. Because mystery pill could still actually, you might still know the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might be like, fuck. You know what I mean? Like if you just can't decide.
It did.
If you're just that person who just can't figure things out, you're just like, fuck, man. What am I? Hamburgers, hot dogs? I don't know, man. Both sound good to me. Shit. Then maybe you might go with the mystery pill. I mean, fuck, I might even go with the mystery. If that's the situation, nah, fuck it. I'm going with the truth. I gotta know.
Yeah, you're that guy?
Personally.
I mean, that makes sense.
Oh, for sure. Me personally. But with food, no, I'll go into places and you've seen me do it. I'll go into places and be like, yeah, just whatever you think is good. And I'll get whatever whoever's taking the order, whatever they think would be good is what I'll get.
That's amazing.
Because it's it's different, man. Sometimes you gotta live dangerously.
Do it. All right, you ready for round 2?
Let's go.
Okay, this one's pretty simple. You randomly start levitating about 2 inches above the ground.
Ooh.
And no reason, don't know why. You can float anywhere. You can't float up or down. It's purely just 2 inches.
Okay.
And you know when I first wrote this, my first thought was like, man, your shoes would be fucking clean.
That's very true. Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't.
You'd have the cleanest shoes always.
Yeah. You wouldn't really. But you float. You don't have to walk. You don't like airwalk, right? There's no traction. Why would you even wear shoes? Why are you wearing shoes? You don't need traction. You wear shoes to keep your feet from getting.
Well, I mean, you still, I don't know, you want to appear normal.
No, you don't, because you're walking 2 inches above the ground. You don't want to appear normal, because you're not. What? Why are we even doing this at this point? I'm just going to be butt naked, just walking 2 inches above the ground. Because everyone's going to be like, the Messiah's back. And I'm like, you know what? Didn't like clothes anyway. And if they're going to think I'm the Messiah, then I'm just going to be naked. Because I like this.
I don't know how that connected, but I'm glad we're here.
Why not?
That's exactly the end.
Dude,
sure.
If you're walking on air, everyone is going to think that you're amazing. So you can kind of do whatever you want, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal. This is the situation I'm presented with. What if that happened?
Yes.
Then everything would be awesome. What do you mean? Everything would be great.
I feel like scientists would be like, we need to study them.
That was the first thing I thought. I was thinking about in Family Guy, when all of a sudden, like when they jumped up.
Oh,
you know how you do like the jump and it freezes.
Yeah.
And then everybody came down, but Peter was still up there. And
Go get a physicist. Hurry.
He was like, get somebody. And she was like, who do I get? He goes, I don't know, a scientist. Yeah. Go get a scientist. And I was like, that's hilarious. Like, when do you ever need to be like, scientist, come here?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? They're not like on call, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so that is hilarious. I do definitely think if it did happen, I think I would actually want a scientist first, maybe to make sure everything's fine. Like if it randomly happened, you know what I mean? I think I would actually then think the same way Peter did and be like, I think a scientist is best in this situation. Because a doctor is going to be like, I've never seen it. It's not even your field at this point, bro. Like, this is physics. You know what I mean? I feel so. Let's get some physicists popping off over here and see what we can get figured out.
I was thinking too, like if you just defy gravity, your body would just decompose. Like it would not go well. You'd have muscle loss and all that. So I was like, no, you're just 2 inches above the ground and you feel gravity exactly the same way.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. Oh yeah, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
You'd be fine. Yeah, but you know what though? That's actually interesting. So you have an opportunity when you float off the ground on whether or not you do want to involve scientists, or if you do want to go the route of, no, I am basically the return. I'm back, guys. You know what I mean? If you want to be like if you want to play yourself off to be a supreme being of sorts, even knowing you're not and everything's just fucking weird.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You'd really have to go, I don't know, you'd have to find a tribe that hasn't met humans. And I think that would go easier.
Really? Yeah, you think if you just started if you just started floating 2 inches above the ground.
Oh, am I glowing? Like, if I had a little bit of a glow, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of the halo effect.
No, but you float through the air, and you never touch the ground.
You're saying that's enough?
Yeah. I'm saying that's enough, Steven.
If science...
You're walking on air.
I'm going to say this. If science went and was like, we got nothing, like, this has to be supernatural, I think you got a good argument.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would be supernatural.
Yeah.
So science, technically, they could come to that conclusion, or they might figure some shit out. Like, they might be like, oh, wow, you actually have a rare condition.
That deals with magnetism, maybe?
Right. It could be some crazy shit that your body just does. You know what I mean? So, like, scientists might actually get to the bottom of it. But you know what? People are going to want you to be experimented on anyway, probably. They're going to be like, you know what? I don't know, man. That's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first thought was people are going to be like, oh, my God, we got to worship this guy. He's walking 2 inches above. But people also, I mean, it's just like the X-Men. You know what I mean? People would be like, oh, yeah, no, they are amazing, but they are dangerous now to us. So we're scared. You know what I mean?
I see so, you.
Yeah, people might be like, let's run tests on this guy, too.
You would be in a Senate hearing, and they'd be like, are you a threat to us? You'd be like, I literally just float about 2 inches.
Dude, I just float. And I don't even know why. So, no.
It kind of looks like I'm ice skating. I'm great when it snows. I don't leave tracks, so it keeps it looking nice. I don't know what to tell you. I keep off the grass. I'm good about that.
I'm actually afraid of heights, so I don't like any of this.
Yeah, this is messing with me.
I'm a little taller than I used to be, and I don't like it.
Cool thing is you can never fall down, so when you got older.
Right. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah,
So you could jump from buildings and not get hurt?
I think we're playing with gravity a little too much there.
Are we?
I would say you feel the shock from falling. You feel the shock from falling. So if you just fall from regular height, you get like a reverberation, you're good. But if you fall too far, I don't want... Quit trying to make this a superpower.
It's fun. How is it not fun? You float.
I'm trying to keep it really...
Who doesn't want to float?
Purely 2 inches. It's just more of a minor weird thing that happens to you.
2 inches is actually kind of a lot. Like, I don't know if you want to put a ruler on the ground to see how much 2 inches is, but it's...
Hey, baby. I promise you, I levitate around 9 inches.
It's enough. It's enough. It's enough to be like, that guy's floating. And that's crazy. Yes. So that's why I do look at it kind of more like a superpower esque thing, because it's very different. But okay, fine. If you fall, then you hit. It's just your field. It's just your field of gravity, I guess, that you essentially impact upon.
Yes,
we can say. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Cool. Fair enough, man. Yeah, that would be crazy. I think I'd be cool with it though.
Yeah.
I think if it were to happen to me, I think I'd be fine with it. I think. Well, I say that, but at the same time, yet again, it goes to the other thing. People are gonna think, "Are you gonna destroy us?" and blah blah blah, and you'd be like, "No."
Yeah, and
let it
it's
really
it's
just
like,
float.
no, this is very minor. Maybe I shouldn't go on airplanes. I don't know if I put out a field that impacts things, but that's about it.
You can't even travel now? Well, yeah, you can, because you can walk over water if you want. You can go wherever you want.
You know how wavy
Right?
that would be?
Can you not do it, though? You can do it, right?
Sure, let's go with that. But you will over the ocean?
Oh, my God, that's fun.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
I'm doing it. Sign me up.
Back on the
You can,
Messiah
like-
thing, we're walking across water.
No, not that. No. I just pictured what I mean, as funny as that is. No, I was picturing like water skiing, like just with your feet though, because you don't fall, as we just said, kinda. You don't really fall.
Yeah.
So you can't really like slip, I guess.
Yeah.
But you are essentially, because your floor is changing because the waves are going up and down. So
I know. So you're going to be like, have you ever seen a deer try to walk across like a lake that's frozen? You're going to be like that. You're going to be slipping and sliding, and like your face is constantly going to be 2 inches from the water over and over again. Granted, if you sleep on the ocean, it'd be like a waterbed.
It would be like a waterbed, which is that is actually really dope. That'd be super peaceful, right?
I don't know. Until a shark decides, what is that? Can I eat it? I will try.
Yeah. I mean, if. We're dealing with a world of ifs.
Yeah.
But,
That's a little
But,
outrageous, Steven. I'm going to levitate over here. Thanks.
ridiculous. You think a shark's just going to attack you as you levitate? No. They respect the levitation, is what sharks do.
More people die from deer every year, Steven.
Than sharks whilst levitating. So, yeah. But if we say that you walk over water, then that also means you can't swim. So that does suck. At first I was like, what? You can like ski
Yeah.
kinda. And I'm like, that's fire. And you can travel wherever you want,
Yeah.
but you can't swim now.
Well, you can play practical
sucks.
jokes on people. Like, you could
Like-
go
like
make it look
what?
like you're kind of walking on quicksand and be like, oh, yeah, it's safe.
Wow. And that's your practical joke? Killing people?
You could pull them out.
Goodbye. You could maybe. You don't know how strong the quicksand is. You've never dealt with it because you float.
Okay, how about a frozen lake? You go out to the middle and you're really far away, so it looks like you're just regularly walking. And they come out after they think it's fine and they go into the frozen lake.
Yeah, hypothermia. Ha.
Okay, a lot.
You have the shittiest pranks as a floating man. You do the shittiest pranks.
Or they're really good, depending how you look at it.
No. How would you look at it to where they're really good?
You're like, I'm not letting that go. I'm not letting you just say that and then walk away.
Yeah, how are we looking at that?
People have there's a % chance of death.
Right.
That means it's probably not funny.
That means it's hilarious. Ridiculousness.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right. So you ready for round 3? I think we summarized that one pretty well.
Yeah. You know what? But I can't decide if I would want to do it or not. Certain aspects of it would make me want to do it.
Yeah.
Certain aspects of it would also make me not want to do it for sure.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, if I had to decide, I'd go with no.
Yeah. And I don't think I would either. But it's it's interesting to think about how deep we went with it. And it's just, but that 2 inches of height and staying your current like body length and all that, if anything's on the ground, you're going to be like, man, that's annoying to get.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
And that tiny annoyance might be enough.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some unknowns. Can you, if somebody if you drop a penny, can you ever pick it up? Because it's not on your same gravity. Like, you know what I mean?
I would say you naturally levitate, but like you could still like reach and grab things.
Okay. All right. That's crazy. That's mad storage. You'd have a lot of storage space in your house.
What, that 2 inches below you?
2 inches of storage space over the whole floor in your house.
No one else could come in.
Yeah, they could. They could walk on it depending on how you store stuff. Don't be a dick, but you could.
What? Why would you not just use your closets and stuff like you do now? Like what?
You would, but you would also use your floor because you're not using it.
Well, there's an extra 2 inches. And then when you stand on it, there's another extra 2 inches. It never ends, Hemi. And all of a sudden, your head's touching the ceiling.
Yeah.
So somehow, levitating 2 inches turns you into a hoarder.
No, it's just you could store more things if you needed to. You might essentially be, relatively a minimalist, and you might have one of those super small houses, and maybe you need the storage space for whatever reason at this particular time.
Okay.
Maybe you're in a relationship and, your girlfriend is totally cool with the small house situation, but, oh no, someone in her family fell on hard times and they needed help storing stuff, but you just have a small house. So now, luckily, you have 2 inches worth of floor space that you could store things.
What are they storing? They have a bunch of tiles that they need us to keep.
It's so stupid. That whole story I just made up is so stupid because that also insinuates that your girlfriend also floats, and she doesn't. She doesn't float.
Okay. That's fair enough.
But it's still funny to think about. Why would I go through all that just to be like, no, floating is worth it for the storage space alone. Yeah, no one wants to float. All right, let's move on to the next one.
All right, round 3. All right. You wake up and you look over at your significant other and realize a duck is there.
My significant other, right.
Which is funny for you to say because that's where
Duck.
we're going.
Yeah.
So you're like,
honey, like, why is there a duck here? Like, what's going on? This is crazy.
What the duck?
there it is. We are quacking everyone up if we're going to do terrible puns. Anyways. And she's like, what? Where? Where's the duck? And then you realize the duck is talking.
What?
And has the voice of your significant other.
That is hilarious. Okay, so it's like Howard the Duck, kinda.
Yeah, but more like Aflac.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're saying the duck doesn't...
So there's like a slight, speech impediment when she talks too, because it's obviously a duck trying to speak English.
Okay, so you're saying like a Daffy situation?
Yes, sure. I didn't think about that.
Oh, this is hilarious. So, okay. All right.
So, and at this point, your wife, your, life partner, whatever this person is to you, is like,
oh, yeah, I'm a duck.
Wait, hold. You're saying what? You're saying I woke up, I went to sleep, and this person was a human.
Yes.
And I woke up.
Yeah.
And now they are in their duck form and they're coming out to me that they are in fact a duck. Is this the story that you've created? Is this
I guess this got a lot heavier than I intended. I was going to say something like, yeah, for some reason I'm a duck part of the year. I was cursed when I was little or something like that. It usually lasts like 2 to 6 weeks.
Okay. All right.
So remember when we were first dating and I had to go on those long vacations for work?
Yeah.
I was a duck during those times.
And
I was scared. I actually meant to do that this time, but the duck change came too early. Quack. And I'm really sorry, quack. I like that they have to quack after every sentence.
Well, I'm okay with you being a duck. I mean, I'm into it and all, you know. But it's really the lie that got me. It's really the lying. So I don't think I can be with a liar. So I'm out of this relationship.
If you don't, no, I'm saying if you don't want to be with a duck.
Okay.
That's what you say. Because then you don't look like the bad guy for not understanding the situation.
There you go. Right.
See what I'm saying? Then you're like,
It sounds like an episode of Catfish.
you're like, you were the liar here, so I'm cool with you being a duck. I have no problem with that at all. Then you
Yeah.
look like the understanding person who just felt hurt because you were lied to.
Yeah, it's definitely like an episode of Catfish. It's almost like, oh, every time it's an ugly person, oh my God, you lied to me, blah blah blah. When they find out it's an attractive person, they're like, I'm so glad I came out here to meet you. It's just like, okay, you're terrible.
Right. You know what's weird? I think I just realized that I said if you're not into it being a duck. Who would be into it being a duck, I guess would be the question. To where they'd be like, all right, well, hey, are we still gonna do stuff? Or like, are you gonna ask her that? You know what I mean? What creeps might be like, well, I mean,
I still have needs.
I still have needs, and you got a nice bill.
I mean,
beak.
all right, if we're okay. Besides going that, I don't know, evil, wrong, I don't know what to call it, deviant.
But is it? Because it's still because you just said that she talks and quacks. And what if she might be like, I want to do stuff? What if she's down? Hopefully your first thought isn't, am I going to fuck this duck? But I feel like she'd have to bring it up.
Well, how are we going to have relations?
But obviously, if it's in a comedy movie, it would come up and they'd be like, all right, look, I got needs. It's going to come up clearly because that's super funny. You know what I mean? To say to your wife that's a duck, I have needs.
Right.
That's super hilarious.
I have needs. So
break it down.
if we're going that far, I would dare to say... So, well, let's change it up a little bit. Let's say you've been dating for 8 months. You're super into each other. She or he admits, hey, I turned into a duck. You don't believe it. They're like, hey, come just come watch. Like, it's going to happen.
Watch.
And then it happens, and now here we are, and you have to decide if you want to stay with them or like, whoa, this is nuts. Like, I'm out.
Right. So, I mean, so you're asking me if that's the premise, what would I do? Like, am I there or not?
Sure.
Well, I mean, there's still more. I would like to ask more questions. I want to know a little more.
Like, how long has this been happening?
Well, I mean, how long has this been happening? How long do you think this is going to continue to happen? Why does this actually happen to you? How long are you a duck again? Like, how long was it supposed to be for a couple weeks?
It's typically 2 to 6 weeks.
2 to 6 weeks. Okay. 2 to 6.
And we'll say once every 2 years. So let's say you were in a relationship for a year and some months. That's more than 8. So you're more committed at this point. You're like, I'm going to marry this person one day. Or, like you have those thoughts and then they're open about this and it happens.
Yeah. Well, I would also have to ask, what are you going to do about your job situation? Like what? You get fired every time you become a duck because motherfuckers don't call into work? Like,
We'll just say he has a friend and he works from home and he just tells him what to type.
He.
Or she.
It's she for me.
Whatever the assistant wants to be. Or whatever the duck is that you are with.
She is
whatever,
the duck.
We don't need labels.
She is
Hemi.
the duck.
In your case, yes. She is the duck.
Bringing up boy ducks. All right. So anyway. All right. So.
One letter away.
What?
The U and the I.
U and the I.
Yeah, bring me the boy duck. It could have gone really south, is what I was
confused. What could it have gone to?
And that's another accidental pun.
What would it have gone to?
Just switch the U with an I.
On what? Oh, boy, dick. Oh, okay. I was mad.
And then I said that could have gone really south afterwards by accident.
Oh, okay. I was mad confused. I was like, I don't know what you mean by you with an I. I don't know. I thought you were being like metaphorical or some shit. I didn't know we were.
Well, see, that's how I know you're wholesome sometimes, Hemi.
I'm a very wholesome guy.
You're like, I'm not going to think about boy penis.
Yeah, what do you mean? Oh, boy, dick. Oh, no. Now you got me thinking about it.
How dare you? This show is wholesome. Now back to the duck. Does she do bondage? Anyways, real questions.
Duck's doing bondage. That is hilarious. Why is that so funny to me right now? Like leather-bound ducks.
Well, because you're imagining a ball gag in a duck's bill.
A ball gag in a beak?
Yeah.
A ball gag in a beak? Does that even do anything? I feel like the ball gag is the shape it is for whatever reason. You know what I mean? For the human mouth. But a ball gag in a beak is probably like, I don't know, a marble in between two pieces of bread. Like, what is it going to do? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Like, can we go to the park and you feed me bread? I'm really into that.
That is. I wonder. That would be, what would you be into as a duck? Would your wants change? Or would you still like the same stuff?
I would assume, let's kind of play it like not necessarily a werewolf, but probably like, they're probably like, oh, like, hey, this is me at my worst. This sucks. But hey, it's kind of cool I can fly. Because I feel like you'd have to be the motivational person. Like, hey, you could fly. You can sit on water, which is cool.
That's nice. You got cute little duck feet.
You're great at
You're
swimming.
Trying to flirt with her. You're trying to flirt with her because you want her to feel like okay and not hideous. You know what I mean? Hey, you're like, oh, you got cute little duck feet. She's like, thanks. And you see,
Oh, your molting is really showing. Those new feathers are coming in greatly, honey.
Yo, that is hilarious. Oh, that's super funny. How weird, man. How weird. That's super weird.
But I was saying, if you were to be like, hey, like, I still have needs. If you're that kind of dude, I would say she could still use a sex toy on you. It might be difficult. You may have to like find a way to tie it to her wings.
It's so weird to say. Tie a sex toy to her what?
To her wings.
Did you just look? This is the first time that sentence may have ever been said by any human.
Which is the point of the show.
You just have to tie a sex toy to her wings. You just have to tie a sex toy to her wings.
There you go, t-shirt.
What?
Put it on there.
That's insanity. Well, we did it. If there's anything that's going to be interesting to anybody, it's this.
I was listening to the show and I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That got really weird.
She can still kind of give you a hand, DJ. All you have to do is tie a sex toy to her wings. What? Can you imagine walking in on that conversation? Just walking into a room, be like,
Or just someone walking in, seeing a duck trying to hold a sex toy as best it can.
With rope, with like really shittily tied rope around the wing, because you don't know how to tie. You're not a Boy Scout, and she's a duck. She usually does some of the tying. She's the more crafty one in the relationship, so usually she would help with the knots and stuff, but she's a duck, no thumbs, and so now you got to do the tying. So it's a shit fucking tying of a job. It looks like a fucking, I don't know, just like a spider web of rope that's just shit.
This is so wrong. This is wrong.
That's an image to walk in on. And the funny thing would be walking in and seeing the surprised look on the duck's face, like, we've been caught. Like,
it's not what you think, quack.
The duck just talked to me. What do you mean? It's not what you think. Quack.
I guess in this scenario, she's cheating, which is even more awkward. Like, who's the other person she's cheating on you with? And does he only come around when she's a duck? Is this his thing?
What is happening? Why? It's so fun. I mean, if she's cheating, that's super funny because somebody's apparently into ducks. She didn't want you to ever find out she was. If that's how you find out that your wife is a duck because she's cheating on you with another man while she's a duck.
Well, in that case, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing in my house with a duck? Why does the duck sound like my wife?
That's super hilarious. Yeah, no, for sure. I'd be like, dude, this is weird as shit. But
am I in an episode of Black Mirror? What is this?
Oh my god. Yeah, if your wife sounds like the duck, then my first thought is like, yo, my wife is a duck and she's cheating on me. like, yo, that's crazy. Man, I'd be like, yo, you've been lying to me about everything. Like, there's all kinds of shit I didn't know about. Then I think I would actually feel that way, where I would be like, you know what? You're a duck and you lied and you cheated.
We're done. We're done here.
We are done.
I need to soar on my own.
Yeah, you could have told me you were a duck. What if I was into duck play? You don't know.
I need to spread my wings. Okay.
Wow. I need to spread this is what she's saying. I'm seeing it in my head right now, and that's what's so funny to me. I think that's why I'm laughing so hard, because I literally saw when you said the duck says it's not what it looks like, quack. That is so funny. Because why is the duck the one speaking in this situation? The human needs to do all the talking for sure and be like, man, I'm a piece of shit. I'm just the worst. I know. I get it. All right. I'm out of here. If the duck is the one who's like, okay, let me make sense of all this. Why are you the one trying to initiate the conversation? That's crazy to me, but hilarious. Looking shocked and being like, it's not what it looks like.
I got another image for you.
That's funny. What's that?
You turn to leave and you're like, no, I can't. You know what? This isn't for me. I'm done. I can't believe you did this. Also, you're a duck. I can't believe that. I'm just going to leave. I'm going to assume this was a crazy moment. I'm not, and I may not come back for a while. And you go get in your car and drive off, and you look in your rear view mirror and you see a duck flying behind you.
Wow.
She is following you, flying, saying, honey,
that's terrifying.
Quack, please stop, quack. We need to talk, quack.
That's terrifying. Do you slam on your brakes and let her slam into your windshield?
It would just be a puff of feathers. It would be very cartoony if she's in an accident like that.
That is funny. Yeah, that's terrifying. Thinking about your wife flying is crazy.
I'd be like, that's so cool you could do that. Like, what do you mean?
Oh, no, I mean, if we're on good terms, I'm still...
If me and my duck wife are on good terms...
I'm just mad that she cheated on me with the guy, and I didn't even know she was a duck. I'm just mad. I'm still... I'm still hurt by when that happened. That was very real to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if you're on good terms with your duck wife, if she comes out to you and she's like, hey, this is my situation, and she can fly, fuck yeah, that's fucking dope. What? What are you talking about? You know, I don't know. I feel like you can, I don't know. There's more things you can know about stuff once seen with an aerial view, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes all our problems seem so small.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto was really fun to play at an aerial view. The Grand Theft Auto on the computer. You know what I mean? It's real fun to play from.
Oh yeah, the old school. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, if you can look at the world from that perspective, I feel like that would be very interesting. So yeah, for sure. But I mean, we have drones, so we can see it.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, it's same concept, really. So having a flying wife isn't as cool now as it would have been. Isn't that crazy to say? Wow. Being able to have a flying wife, I was almost like, wow, yeah, that's fucking awesome. We can know stuff that we couldn't have known before. And now I'm like, I could buy a drone. So flying wife, meh, less cool. Buy a drone. It does it.
Yeah, I don't need my duck wife anymore. I got a drone.
I have a drone. No need for a duck wife. That's crazy.
And I named it after her.
Plucky.
Oh God, yeah. so hold on. Like what would be her name that like alludes to her being a duck?
I don't know, man. I feel like this is gonna get great.
Like Bellina or something like that, or Bellina. Like that's weird.
Bellina.
It's probably gonna be like something like feather, but like in another language.
And it would like sound exotic and cool and shit.
Yeah, and you're like, wow, what does that mean? It means feather. Oh, that's cute.
Oh,
very
okay,
nice.
Yes, yeah. I'm
And then
light
she's
as
a duck.
feather.
Like, well, my
when
name.
I'm a duck.
Yeah, my name alluded. So I told you.
My actual name is Daphne. Oh, Daphne! Why didn't we say Daphne?
Perfect.
She's Daphne.
You did it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to do something with Donald, and it just was not. It wasn't.
What, Donna?
Donald. Oh, Donna could work, but that seems pretty far from Donald.
Donna seems far from Donald.
Yeah.
It's an LD away from it. What are you talking about? It seems far away from it. What?
It's a harsh sound. Okay, whatever. Like
Donna?
Well,
Donald?
Whoever's listening to
Old.
this, does Donna connect with Donald enough?
Yes. What was oh, it was Daisy, wasn't it? Wasn't that Donald's
Oh yeah, Daisy. That's a safe one.
chick? It was Daisy?
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, all these work. And it's just because the alliteration. It doesn't matter what we could say.
Yeah.
Anything with a D. We're like, oh, yeah, because it's a duck. So it's Daisy Duck, Daphne Duck, Donald Duck. Perfect. That's a duck name. Because of alliteration. Look at us being ridiculous over here.
That definitely happened.
Being cartoony.
Well, I think that concludes the third portion of this rapid fire episode. Do you feel the same way, Hemi?
No, because I never got to say if I'm staying with her or not.
Okay.
You know what? If I'm in love with her,
Yeah.
and she has a duck issue and she comes to me about it, and she didn't come to me for a while about it because she was nervous and stuff, I would understand.
Yeah.
I may decide to still be with her. I'm not doing anything sexually while she's a duck. Even if she's like, dude, I'm into duck stuff. I'm just not doing it. Not doing it.
Can I just lay eggs on you? Oh yeah.
Lay eggs on. Well, I mean, I guess are they warm? I don't know. That's weird. Well, I was gonna say, can I watch Family Guy while you do it? Like, do I have to be involved? Is it just something you're into, but I'm not really participating, and I just feel like an egg roll down my stomach, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. Do we eat these? Are they gonna hatch and become ducks and then become humans later? Like, are you having babies right now on me? Like, what's going on?
Now that is crazy. What kind of babies does she have? And do the children have the same like issues? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, might they become ducks?
Yeah.
Damn, now you got to think about genetics and shit. At first I was like, I'm going to be a nice guy, but man, you might have a family of ducks. But you know what? Everyone deserves love. So
Yeah.
I'm still in there, man.
Good.
But
We'll just say it's a curse.
Having a duck family is going to be crazy though, man. I don't even know what we're going to do. Maybe you save a little bit of money on food at least for those 2 to 6 weeks. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just buy bread.
There you
know what I
go,
mean?
the
Just
bright
throw it to
side.
'em. See how they do. It's going to be adorable for 2 to 6 weeks. Everyone's just going to be adorably quacking around the house. I hope they can at least be relatively, potty trained ducks. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe if you put down newspaper in a certain area, they could just go splatter.
Yeah, you got to put down the cedar wood chips
Over
for a
there.
fresh smell.
Yeah. If they actually sit on the toilet and try to wipe and stuff, that is funny. That would be funny to watch. Oh, a bird bath. Oh, you would just have little bird baths.
Oh,
What are we
I
doing?
can't.
What are we
I'm
talking
done.
about?
I'm
With little bidets. We'd have little bidets. Shoot the little bird butts.
Oh, Lord. Well, I think that concludes this episode. What great imagery to leave on.
On the bird bidet? Good alliteration too. Bird bidet for Donald Duck.
Oh, man. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to our show. It truly means a lot. Find us wherever you find your favorite podcast. And check us out on social media. Just search Ponder Freak. We can't wait to hear from you. Till next time.